Support has been amazing at my current school and location. Admin has been super supportive. They made me a new placard for my door whenever I was officially like, hey, these are my pronouns. They changed all the pronouns in my evaluation and all my documentation as well. They've been super supportive on that aspect. When it comes to students, 90% of them are totally chill with it. It's not an issue. Some kids will still call me Mr. Siegel, which for me is not a huge deal. I don't like it very much, but it's not something that I'm correcting them on. Honestly, other students correct students way more than I ever do. They really are like, hey, that's not what they go by. They go by this. You should call them this, which I find very heartwarming, and I love it. And I'm just like, oh, thank you guys. The kids are all.
Also, by the way, with The Little Mermaid, can we also just mention that just from a scientific perspective, okay, it doesn't make a lot of sense to have someone with darker skin who lives deep in the ocean. What scientific fucking perspective? It's a story about a mermaid. Those don't even exist. There's an octopus lady that steals people's voices and a singing Jamaican crab. Who gives a fuck?
Oh, thank you so much for asking about my pronouns. Everyone misgenders me on my comments, and it means so much that you asked, and you're trying to be respectful, so I love you for that. So I use the pronoun Zeezer. I chose these pronouns because in my head, they, them, as a non-binary person means no gender, but Zeezer for me feels like it's sliding, like Z and Zer, very similar to he and him and she and her, and I just preferred that. So obviously Z can be used in replace of she, him, and they, and then Zer is used in replace of the other ones.
While we don't have CPS data on gender identity for students younger than middle school, we know that there are students in CPS classrooms as early as pre-K who identify as non-binary and trans. They deserve to feel supported at school just as much as older students. Research shows that children start to understand gender at a very early age. Around age 2, children become conscious of the physical differences between cisgender boys and girls. And before their 3rd birthday, most children can easily label themselves as their gender. By age 4, most children have a stable sense of their gender identity. Early childhood educators should consider ways to expand children's understanding of gender by challenging traditional gender stereotypes.
Yesterday, an English teacher brought their students into the library for first period. They were 7th graders, so they haven't been into the library yet. 3 of them saw me and stopped dead. "I love your shoes," they said, referring to my platform purple sparkly boots. I said, "Thank you." To the tallest one, I said, "I used to wear pants like that. You know, the Trip NYC pants with the straps and things." They thought that was the coolest thing. And the shorter one said, "Who are you?" As if to say, where have you been all my life? It's first thing in the morning, I'm still drinking my coffee, and the library is full of students for the first time this year. So I'm just like, the English teacher goes, "Maybe you should introduce yourself" to the student. So they introduce themselves, I introduce myself and what I do here. And now I have a trans baby bat fan club. Who am I? I'm your queer-coded goth fairy godmother.
Yes, I have had multiple students come out to me, not just with their sexuality, but also with their gender identity. It's one of the reasons I think it's so important to be out and loud and proud so that people feel comfortable coming to me and talking to me, because I don't know how much different my life would have been if I had had somebody to come talk to about this kind of stuff. My hope is that every student will have somebody that they can talk to about this.
Dreaming, take one or two to the face and